So it may be winding down in Oregon with the armed occupying militia after the death of Lavoy Finicum and the arrest of 6 to 8 people. It may not be winding down, but we now have video, and this is just completely unhinged lunatic video. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, because it's about to get a little bit nuts. A broadcast from inside the refuge where this federal building is being occupied showed a totally unhinged, mind-blowing lunatic militiaman promising a bloodbath. This is a live video feed from the Defend Your Base YouTube channel. It shows a bunch of different militants operating a large excavator. That's one of these big construction machines. At least one of the militants was dressed in military-style gear and carrying a rifle. Seems like almost a rite of passage, Lewis, to participate in such an occupation. Let's take a look at the absurdity together. Here's clip number 1 of this, I don't know, dispatch from the lunatic fringe, to quote Patriot Mail. Let's take a listen.
Media's been ordered to leave. That means they're coming to kill us, and they don't want them to see that. They're going to murder all of us.
Yeah.
And the medias are cowards.
So that was a calm militiaman. That's the calm portion of this video, Lewis. Now I want to play for you when things started to escalate.
Media's been waiting for a bloodbath this whole time we've been here. Now there's going to be one, and they're running. They're told to run because the feds don't want to know who's murdering us.
Yeah. Nice environment
American people
there.
better wake up, get here, and fight for your country. Right now, it is on.
Reasonable people. I mean, these are the types of people you could just talk calmly about how we have a system of laws in this country and what the Constitution really is about. I would see no problem at all speaking very rationally with these individuals. I'm sure they'd be glad to come to the table and have a calm discussion.
Well, if he thinks that he is about to be gunned down, I could see how he'd be a little fired up. But there does seem to be a huge difference between when you hear this guy talk and when you'd hear Ammon Bundy speak.
Right.
Ammon Bundy did seem very calm pretty much all the time. He had a very calming aura about him.
Almost bizarrely so.
Yeah, considering he was part of the hostile, weaponized takeover of a government building.
Yes. And these gunmen are clearly suffering from delusions of grandeur. I mean, this is clearly the first time that they've gotten a taste of this level of attention. They seem desperate to keep it. And I said it earlier in the show, and I'll say it again. I would be very worried that if and when authorities close in on them, if this thing doesn't start winding down as it appears it may be starting to do, I would expect or anticipate or be prepared for them to be increasingly erratic in their actions because they do not want their 15 minutes of fame or their 26 days of fame to end. If I were federal or state agencies, I would be very careful around these guys, but I would not have let it continue for 26 days. That is completely inexcusable.
Well, I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'd just let it keep happening. If I were the authorities, I would say, let them stay there. Let them stay there as long as they want. Disrupt their lives. They're making no money. Who knows what's happening in their personal life as a result of this?
Well, some of them are losing custody of foster kids, but that guy's dead now, so I guess that's not his primary concern anymore.
Yeah. Well, so I say, let it just fizzle out.
But would you at least cut any food and supplies from coming in? I mean, or would you just allow them to get whatever they want, the mayonnaise and the tampons and everything on that list?
I think I'm neutral on the supplies coming in. I
Really?
think it's not a bad idea to cut off their supplies if you want to end it a bit quicker.
But how do you justify allowing this deliberate law breaking? I mean, in what other
well, here's the
circumstances?
thing. It's not that you're really allowing it. It's that you know that they're willing to start shooting. And if you want to avoid deaths on both sides,
Right.
you can just let this run its course.
Would that not set an absolutely ridiculous precedent, though, for others who say, hey, if I can just break whatever law I want and sort of be allowed to do it until I decide to end it, and yes, then I may be arrested.
Well,
but if I'm going to be allowed to just do it for as long as I want.
They're going to be arrested no matter what happens. I mean,
some were already let go. Some were let go.
Okay, well, I would arrest everyone no matter what happens, no matter how long this takes. You'll find them at some point when they go back to their lives without their rifle, and you'll be able to arrest them. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't arrest them or charge them with anything. I'm saying that if you want to avoid a violent standoff,
let it peter
no
out.
one's really being affected by this takeover. I mean, this is not adversely affecting the lives of citizens or government employees or really anyone at this point.
The people in that town would disagree. They are furious about how this is just an insane hubbub, roads blocked,
They don't
chaos.
like it. It's not making life easier, but
No, it's certainly not.
But I wouldn't call it chaos or a war zone or anything like that.
No, fortunately, it is not. Who do you agree with on this? Would you just let it sort of fizzle out on its own, or would you take more proactive action to prevent this from going 26 or 27 days? I'm on Twitter at Pakman. Lewis is on Twitter at Lewis Motamedi. Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I personally wear Warby Parker glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses, and I also started with one of these free at-home try-ons of 5 pairs of glasses. You can get your free home try-on and support the David Pakman Show at warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS. I don't really like going into glasses stores and trying on glasses while the salesperson sort of hovers over me, and I like more than 30 seconds to actually figure out whether I like the glasses. So with the Warby Parker home try-on, I was able to pick 5 pairs that I liked, put them on in the comfort of my own home, pick the one I like the most, and then Warby Parker put my prescription lenses in there for me. A lot of people don't know that the eyeglass industry is controlled by just a few big corporations that keep prices very high, like $300 for prescription glasses high, which is just insane. Warby Parker glasses start at $95. That's what mine cost. And for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You can try 5 pairs and see what you like. Check out the at-home trial and support our show by going to warbyparker.com/TDPS. It costs nothing.